Welcome to Brainstorm MTG. I'm ELD, and this is Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. We have a Grixis matchup here. Pile on Control, Andrew on Delver, and Inquisition leading out. That is going to snag that Delver and potentially turn this into a Control mirror match, given that Andrew... Oh, and he's got another Delver. So scratch that thought. Right off the bat here, Delver coming down and hoping to set a clock. Will Kyle be able to eliminate this threat before it starts chipping away at his life total? It's a very difficult matchup for Delver. This control list has a lot of ways of stabilizing. We're talking about cards like Baleful Strix, cards like Kolaghan's Command, and of course cheap answers like Lightning Bolt as well. Delver flips for Andrew. And the beatings begin. Ponder setting up for his next turn. See a Hymn to Torok in Pyle's hand. Kept at bay. That Daze that we saw. A very high value card in these blue mirrors. You can get your opponent low on cards early. And Andrew gonna force this Hymn. Still down 2 cards. Hymn kind of always does its job. And now a Dreadhorde Arcanist. All basic lands here for Pyle so far. A Brainstorm post-fetch. And Lightning Bolting the Dreadhorde. That prompts a Brainstorm from Andrew. Three more, and the noose is tightening here. Lightning Bolt did clear away that Dreadhorde Arcanist. This Delver. Ooh, and now Bitter Blossom. Force pitching Force. Liliana's Triumph off the top. Clears that Delver. Now both players low on resources. Gurmag Angler. What a reply here from Andrew. The 5/5 can be answered by a card like Liliana's Triumph. Perhaps Snapcaster off the top. Lightning Bolt clears that final point of life, and it is on to game number 2. Pyle not sacrificing that fetch land, of course, giving himself an extra draw, but Andrew able to deny that with the Lightning Bolt and just close things out right there on the spot. Gurmag Angler, a very solid card in Legacy. Still not really worth anything, despite also being a Pauper All-Star. The card does a lot of work. 5/5 body gets it out of range of most of the removal. Cards like Fatal Push, Abrupt Decay are not really able to handle the casting cost side of it, and then the big old butt on that stops Lightning Bolt and Kolaghan's Command and similar damage spells from being effective at clearing it. So yeah, he's a really solid card. Was playing him in Dredge for quite some time, but Hogak kind of crowded him out. You can only have so many Dredge cards. Hogak does the job just fine in Dredge. See what sideboard options Kyle has. The deck is actually pretty well set up to take on both the mirror match and this more aggressive strain of Grixis in the Delver matchup. The mirror, you have a bit much in the way of removal, but that's all welcome in this type of matchup. Andrew going to look to have a fast start. Turn 1 Delver really is ideal. Cantrips allow you to keep hands without a turn 1 Delver, but you really do need to get that clock ticking. This goes the distance. You've got to expect Grixis control to be better situated. If that's not the case, then there's not much reason to be playing control. Baleful Strix, a very solid card in this type of matchup, allowing you to commit to the board while also continuing to draw into new answers and threats yourself. Still on the Vancouver mulligan here. Can't wait till we get to all of the videos with the new London mull. I am a big fan. Preordained now for Grixis, Delver, Andrew. And an uneventful first couple of turns here. Brainstorm fetch for pile. Best combo in the game. Really does smooth out your draws, give you some consistency at just really no cost. I mean, you want to be playing Brainstorm and fetch lands anyways, but the synergy is just so incredible. Most combos, the pieces aren't so great on their own, but here is not the case. And Andrew unable to commit anything to the board so far. Is going to see a Hymn to Torok headed his way. Got a force pitching Daze. A dangerous situation here. Kyle able to force back. Now a Red Blast. Evening things up 3 cards apiece. True Name Nemesis now coming down. And Angarth something? Sack an artifact, sack a creature, or sack a planeswalker. Gurmag Angler coming down for pile as well. Go ahead and remind me of the name of that card. I think it's like Angarth's Wrath. Wasteland taking out that volcanic island, but not really doing too much good in the face of this Gurmag. He's the real threat right now. Baleful Strix brushed aside with that red elemental blast. Now Andrew digging, finding himself needing to play the control role against a dedicated control deck. Not the ideal situation here for Delver at all. Will he be able to stabilize against this 5/5 threat despite Kyle only having a couple of cards left in hand? True Name Nemesis, and that does stabilize for now. Ponder looking for an answer for the True Name. Is not there, and it's getting shuffled away. The True Name can hold off this Gurmag for now, but he cannot start getting aggressive until there's an actual answer for the Gurmag. Pile set up to win this race. Just 2, maybe 1 swing if there's any additional burn in his hand. And Andrew low enough that burn will eventually take him out in between the lightning bolts and the Kolgan's command. 7 life. The difference in between that and 6 life, very substantial in this type of matchup, where sometimes your life's coming off in increments of 3. Ooh, and now a Bitter Blossom. Force pitching Snapcaster. Snapcaster, a very high value card. This Brainstorm being responded to, this Force Will responded to with a Brainstorm. And now Andrew force pitching Spell Pierce, really trying to make this Bitter Blossom stick. Now would be the time for an Edict effect. And now True Name beatings begin. Bitter Blossom looking to hold back this Gurmag Angler. Any piece of removal will do it. And there we go. Andrew's life total low enough that that lightning bolt had his name on it. Pretty much any line he wanted to take. It's possible he could have kept back True Name Nemesis as a better blocker and continue swinging with those tokens in the air, but I don't believe he would have been able to outrace a lightning bolt no matter how you cut it. Delver not expecting to be on its back foot like that, especially when facing a more dedicated control deck. True Name Nemesis, a very polarizing card. A lot of people think it's incredibly good, one of the best cards in the format. Other people tend to play decks where True Name is essentially just a 3-mana, 3-power creature with hexproof. It's not really that relevant to them. When I'm playing a deck like Storm or Sneak and Show, really not so much of a concern. And now Andrew leading out with Thoughtseize versus a full 5, only a single land there. Quite a lovely hand. Liliana the Last Hope taken, one of the least castable cards from here. And a dual land right off the top, fetch land right off the top. No forward pressure whatsoever, just a lightning bolt. Wasteland taking out that Underground Sea. It looked like the only one. I believe we'll see a basic island, and we do. Now Pile's just going to look to build a rock-solid mana base with these cantrips. Just kind of filter the way in, level off with that Narset, and that could be an absolute blowout. He can land Narset in the next couple of turns before Andrew finds a threat. Going to make a lot of his top decks just garbage, as he has cards like Brainstorm, Preordain, and Ponder in there. Usually great at smoothing things out. Narset, of course, completely shuts that down. Ooh, and Gurmag Angler here. A very timely dual fetch land, allowing for a basic swamp. That mana base keeps building, and Liliana's Triumph brushes aside that 5/5, and Narset comes down. Now I believe Andrew still has that lightning bolt in hand. But no red mana. Force this Delver of Secrets. And at this point, just going to hope that Andrew doesn't draw into red before discard can wipe his hand out. Narset just so good. It's like a Leovold stapled to a dig through time. The fact that the second card off of it is delayed, not always actually a bad thing. Sometimes waiting a little bit is almost better than getting them both at the same time, as new information can kind of let you perhaps pivot a little bit in your role, kind of potentially turn the corner towards trying to close the game out. Her static ability just so strong. While keeping a little bit of a graveyard together, opting to pay the extra mana. Finally, the red mana shows up, clearing the Narset, unlocking this Ponder. Time to find an answer for this Gurmag ASAP. Narset, just an incredible 3-for-1 there. Drawing 2 cards and requiring that bolt to remove. True Name Nemesis and Red Blast on the way down is fine when it's on the stack. No protection. That's only when it's on the battlefield. So Red Blast, just an incredibly efficient answer to it. And now Snapcaster meaning that Pyle gets there in game number 3, and just a really solid match there, back and forth. Thanks for watching. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.